What is going on? I'm zmoT. Been a bit absent lately. We're going to fix that right here, right now, though. Jumping into War Factory, we're going to do a high-level account, then we'll do a low-level account, then we'll do a high-level account again. Now, this War Factory, with the Barrage Tribe, like, there's just no point attacking with your main account if you have a max-level account, simply because you're going to do so much damage with artillery and barrage that unless you want to practice, which, by the way, I always preach practice, 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 there's no need to do so. Just barrage the core. Now, obviously, make sure that you've got the Barrage Tribe maxed here. Let's just double check I do. Yep, 50%. So that's going to do all the difference in the world. You should be able to get it down in 4 attacks. If you have a little bit more gunboat energy, or you're boosted, you should be able to get it down in 3 attacks. Or even 2 if you're fully boosted, but just utterly and completely silly. Now, when you're artillerying those corners of the buildings, make sure you do hit other buildings, because you're going to get a whole bunch more value by destroying other buildings. As you can see right here, we're getting a little bit extra gunboat energy. Also, we're getting a little bit extra damage. Every building you destroy does 1/49th of 70% of the health of the core. Yes, that is the math. 1/149 times 0.7 will let you know how much damage you're doing. There's all sorts of math calculators out there for Boom Beach. One of the very, very cool things about being a very, very mature game. Yes, that you can tell someone's very mature when they say the word mature. Or they're pretentious, one of the two. Anyways, so we are going to get that core down to just a sliver on 3 attacks. Go ahead, destroy some buildings if you want. Actually, you know what we could do? We could do that math right here. If we scout, looking at that, 35,000 health. So let's just do a little bit of pocket math. So we're going to do, each building is going to do about 2,400 damage. So 2,400 damage to 35 divided by 24, you get the basic idea. Now, there's not going to be enough buildings for that to be of any use. There are, but I don't want to lose any troops. So we're just going to keep barraging. Down goes the core, just like that. Super silly War Factory. Wouldn't mind if they were to implement some sort of like sky shields around the core there. I don't know if I've ever seen a sky shield on War Factory, much like we haven't seen sky shields or grapplers on Mega Crab. Anyways, we're going to pause just silliness on the main level. We're going to jump to a low level and try it there with a bit more. This account, it looks so much more impressive during the mangrove season. Not a big pine tree fan. Can't hide things in the trees. And what's the point of having trees if you can't hide things? Single sniper. We are HQ level. Where is my headquarters? Right there. Headquarters level 17. Let's jump in here. See what we've got. Heavies loaded. Heavies should be a complete waste of time on this. So, left-hand side, nothing really doing. That rocket launcher doesn't range. That one and those two do. So we are going... Should we try the dum-dum move? The problem is these grapplers over here make me a little bit nervous. Also, you know what? We're not going to do it. Too much potential for failure when using the Grappler Express. I don't really recommend the Grappler Express often, but it's so much fun. Now, notice that we dropped on the left, damaged both, flared on the right. I am not going to dodge. You know what? I'm going to flare on the left simply because I don't think we're going to have enough gunboat energy, and I'm not 100% confident that we would have been close enough there. So we are going to flare that rocket launcher now. Everspark's going to pop out, hopefully pop out, not die, and then double hack just like that. We didn't have enough gunboat energy to throw a smoke, so had to just rely that Everspark wasn't going to die, and it worked out perfectly. Like, that was absolutely perfect. So attack number 1 in the books. We got rid of 3 high-value buildings, 2 shot clusters, and a rocket launcher. Let's keep moving down. Hopefully you have more gunboat energy than me. I have terrible statues. Now, these rocket launchers don't really need to get rid of. This one will be in its shadow, in its blind spot, but we're going to try it anyways. We're going to damage the front 2. We're going to flare the back 1. I am probably not going to have enough gunboat energy again because low level statues. My statues are frankly awful, so need to do a little bit of gappy smokes. Not going to get close enough, unfortunately. So Everspark would have died. Look how far she would have had to walk afterwards. So we're only going to be able to do 2 hacks, probably, like 99% sure. So we might as well just throw that smoke, hit that button, got both of our smokes out. We have enough gunboat energy. You see that? That is why you try the double hack, because without those 2 hacks, we wouldn't have been able to get that extra hack. All 3 hacks done. Super tight on gunboat energy. This has gone basically perfectly. On that right-hand side, we did the Houdini hack where she stepped out of the smoke, did the double hack. On that middle part, just double hack, re-smoke. So I would highly suggest having more gunboat energy than I do if you're going to attempt all of these things, or you're going to have to spend an extra attack, probably, because that went about as good as it could possibly go. Now, at this point, that shore laser going to be a problem. I mean, chances are, like, there's like a 99% chance that shore laser is going to trip you up in some way, somehow. So we're going to get rid of that. Then, actually, you know what? I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to send Everspark by herself all the way back, and we're going to get that back shock launcher. And then we are just going to leave Everspark up there, and I'm going to deal with that shore laser. Just thinking on our feet here, not necessarily going to be the best strategy, but it's going to give you guys an idea. If you take my strategies, see my fails, and improve on them, then you're going to do amazing things. So down goes the shock launcher, Everspark dies, but of course Everspark is free to kill. And then at this point, we are going to drop 4 boats of zookas, and only 4 boats of zookas. We are going to get them underneath that smoke right there. We're going to bring them slightly, ever so slightly, over into here. If you're wondering why we're using only 4, it's because I don't want to mess with those back shock launchers and all the other buildings. So we're just going to go something like that, and that should give us enough damage to get rid of that shock launcher. I mean, that, what is that thing called? That is called a laser. So 1 shock, run the heck away. That is 3 attacks in the books. We have lost 8 troops. That is 3 point something per attack. Not bad at all. Now this is where things start to get a little bit hairy though. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8 doom cannons to be concerned with. You could go to a core hit right here. You could smoke your troops up there and do a core hit. Or what we are going to do instead is we're going to get rid of these heavies. We're going to bring in some rifle dudes. Why rifle dudes, you might ask? Riflemen, we have, what, 4 times as many riflemen as we do heavies? That means 4 times as many shots in the face. Taking heavies against boom cannons and grapplers, not a great idea. Just like taking Everspark's universal remote, not a great idea. Also, don't take Kavan. Grapplers, Kavan, not a good combo whatsoever. As we pick up some of those free diamonds right in there, we're going to go right to there. Then we're going to drop all the rest of our troops. Everspark hoping to stay alive. Oh, barely. That's what that critter swarm was for. Trying to keep Everspark the heck away from all of those buildings. Those boom cannons probably should have shot Everspark in the face, so be a little bit careful there. Maybe drop Everspark in that right-hand corner first of all. Maybe drop like 1 boat rifles, then Everspark, then the rest of your troops. Anyways, at this point, riflemen, their only intent and purpose is to get shot in the face. That is their only job right now, is to keep our zookas, who are doing all of our damage. The rifles are our meat shield. Not sure entirely, probably ham, I suppose, would be the... Anyways, just mind going off in many directions. Everspark giving us not only passive critters, but also critter swarms of critters. Now, we need to start moving over to that right-hand side. Those 2 machine guns are going to be a bit of a pain, so I'm going to throw some barrages on top of those. Now, I, on this account, do... Oops, that is not... Sorry, that was supposed to be on the machine guns. Told you my brain is not going super duper well here at the moment. It is early, and I am going to have to walk through all of these doom cannons. So we are desperate for Everspark to just keep things moving with those critters. We need so many critters, but shocks are cheap enough that it's not a concern at this point. Now, like I said, this is not required. You don't have to remove any of these buildings. You could simply just walk up here and blow this stuff up. But my theory here is that a lot of players who are watching these videos don't have all of the skills required to use all of the smokes and sneaky tricks and all that sort of stuff. So we are just going to walk in here, spend a few troops in the meantime, and hopefully remove all sorts of GBE requirements. Maybe your statues suck. Maybe your skills are a bit rusty after drinking too many rum and eggnogs. Regardless, here goes nothing. Clearing that whole right-hand side. Should be able to simply walk up and blow this up fairly easily now. We are going to keep with the rifles and the zookas. If you're wondering where all those diamonds come from, these come from the task force, Junior 9. We've got all sorts of spots for you. If you'd like to come play Boom Beach with us, come get 29 free diamonds every single day. Please do check the description down below. We very likely have a spot for you. Now, these machine guns worry me more than those back Doom cannons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some gunboat energy towards them just like I meant to previously, but apparently I don't understand what I was trying to do there. Like I literally said, we're going to blow up some of these machine guns, and then I went and threw it onto not the machine gun. So a little bit of a gappy smoke there, not a bad idea when you're dealing with Doom cannons, because Doom cannons don't care quite so much about the gaps because they don't shoot quick enough. And now those critters gonna keep all of the Doom cannons nice and occupied. We're gonna keep shocking things, trying to keep our critters alive a little bit longer. Only used 2 smokes so far, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood anyways, and then just walking up and blowing this thing up. Not a ton of skill required. We're not guaranteed to take this down quite yet because we still have quite a bit of damage to do to that core, but we should be okay. That shock launcher is definitely going to put a dent into our plans, but I think that with the beauty of medkits, we should be able to take this puppy down. Everspark's giving us all sorts of critters, those medkits keeping those right-hand side troops alive, and now it's just a battle of attrition as all of our zookas pound away at that core. That core had something like 300 and some odd thousand health. It's looking a bit precarious at the moment, though. Those back lasers were a bit of a factor, and we are going to fail. So I would highly recommend just walking in there and hitting the core with zookas and brick for that last attack. Everspark and critters and riflemen against all of those Doom cannons and grapplers just was not enough, unfortunately. I would say that attack strategy, the first 3 attacks, great. The 4th, also not bad, but that 5th attack strategy, just take some zookas in there with Miss Brick and hit the core with 3 shocks. Should be no big deal whatsoever. The fact that I failed was just because I was trying to keep it way stupid simple and made it too stupid simple. So we're going to pause. I'll come back with a main level, max level goodness. Okay, so every time I put out a Warships video, people say, where's the War Factory video? Every time I put out the War Factory video, people say, where's the Warships video? Warships video is coming, my friends. I'm going to try to put one out today. If not today, guaranteed tomorrow. I am on 4 engine rooms with both of my accounts, just trying all sorts of fun details, having all sorts of interesting different little hits, but also kind of the same. So hits this season on Warships, I have found that 4 engine rooms is the sweet spot. 3 engine rooms was getting incredibly tough. Still beating people who have shock launchers and bullet and things like that, but it is going to be just a complete and utter massacre in the next little bit. Speaking of massacre, as our troops try their darndest to get in and amongst the buildings, we are going to put Bullet out front. He is going to taunt all of the things, and then he is probably going to get pulled away. You know what? He didn't. So just to make up for the complete and utter lack of skills in that 5th attack last time. There is your all Zooka with Bullet solo. You could also use Brick. Bullet just got shot in the face a couple times. That is all for me, though, as I start to lose my voice. It is snowy snowpocalypse here where I am, also on the booming of the beaches. Hoping to talk to you soon. Apologies and thank you for your patience with the gaps today in the last week or so. In between Christmas and New Year's just falls into like that what day is it sort of mode. So anyways, that is all for me. As always, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you're doing these days, how your warships are going, if you managed to take down War Factory for the first time ever, what book you're reading, and all that fun stuff. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace.